Hello. My name is Kiana, and welcome back to my channel, where we do our makeup, we discuss Degrassi and other topics that come to my mind. Today, we are recreating Alli Bhandari. For some reason, I want to sing Skylar Sisters, so if I burst into song, forgive me. Alli Bhandari. We're gonna recreate Alli Bhandari, and we're also gonna talk about how I believe that she deserved more screen time. So, why don't we get started, shall we? Also, I think I'm gonna do another video, like tomorrow, talking about this recent true crime murder mystery investigation that's happening in my area of Dallas, Texas, North Texas, that area. Because saw it on the news the other day, wild. So, just want to talk about that real quick. But it's been heavy on my brain for a while, or as Bailey Sarian says, it's been heavy on my noggin. But maybe not, depending on how I feel after work. But today is all about Alli Bhandari and why she deserved more screen time. So let's start in the beginning when we're introduced to Alli. Her and Claire, they come in at the same time, best friends, right? Alli is she's smart, she's pretty, and she's boy crazy. And she just, first entered high school and everything like that. I think we all went through that phase at one point, regardless if it was like when we first started high school or middle school, whatever. We all had like one phase where we were just like obsessed with the male species and trying to have a boyfriend or something. No? Me? Maybe? But, so when we first meet her, freshman, a little bit boy crazy. And she hooks up with this older dude because she wanted to date someone older. She had this whole thing about dating people older than her in her first couple of seasons. She was dating up, as people will call it. And she got into a relationship with this loser. Well, he was a loser. He was a loser when we first meet him. Johnny DeMarco. Ew. He had long hair too. It was rough looking. It was like, oh, how did you find him cute? Like, how did you find him cute? For real. But Johnny DeMarco, she gets into a relationship with him. Should have never happened in the first place, but it does. And loses her virginity to him in a ravine in the back of a van. Like, that's special. Immediately she regrets it. She's like, I'm too young for this. And he respects her wishes. I will say this, as loserish as Johnny came off to be, especially in his beginning, he did like Alli. He did respect Alli. So I can respect the guy for that. He respected her wishes in a lot of things. He didn't pressure her about anything, especially because you normally see that a lot, especially when you have an older guy and a younger girl that's kind of naive. That's what she was. She was naive. So yeah, Alli was book smart, but she was very naive towards everything else. Mostly because her parents kept her sheltered a lot, and You know, she knew that she was naive on stuff, on certain stuff, and so she, you know, rebelled a lot. She was rebellious. So we'll get into that because it also leads to her eventually running away from her family. But we'll get into that when we get there. So, staying Johnny DeMarco. And then eventually they break up. And, because, well, she sent him naked pictures. She didn't send him naked pictures. She did send him some boob photos. I got a text message, I'm sorry. Some boob photos. And to get back at her for, like, being mean. Or what was it? No, called him a loser in front of the whole school hallway. He sent those photos over to his best friend Moose, who's also, you know, a loser. And, well, that's full ground rights to break up right there. You know, but of course she gets in trouble because it was her in the photo. So she gets in trouble and she's called to the office for distributing child pornography, which I personally believe she didn't technically distribute it, even though she did send the picture. But she did send the original photo, but Johnny's the one that spread it around. Okay, she when we first meet Alli, she was very naive. She was insecure about a lot of things. She wanted to be liked by guys. Kind of like when we meet Manny. Well, not when we meet Manny, but when Manny didn't want to be seen as cute anymore because, you know, Craig dumped her after that first date. Manny also became like insecure and wanted to be liked, and so she changed everything about her from looks to attitude. And same thing, we kind of reflect that with Alli. Alli wanted to be liked. She wanted to be liked. She wanted to be popular. She wanted friends. She wanted to be like in yours. And I'm sorry, my mom is texting me. And she wanted to, you know, be like the popular girl in one of those stereotypical high school movies that we all know and most of the time we love. She wanted that. And, well, she was going for it, okay? She wanted the hot boyfriend. She wanted all the popularity and friends. She even tried out for cheerleading, knowing she was not that rhythmic. And then after, you know, the cheerleaders were like, yeah, you're nice and you're cute and pretty and everything. Thank you for trying out, but we can't let you on the squad. And she was like, you know what? I'm going to start my own. I'm going to start my own club. Compete against yours. And she did it just because she wanted to be, like, have a whole bunch of friends and be popular. It was just like, okay, you can start a club. There's no problem with starting a club and to make new friends and stuff, share interests with you, find people that share interests with you, but you're using it to get popularity. Not a real reason to, you know, start a club, probably. So, of course, then her second boyfriend was Drew Torres. And we all know what happened with Drew in the boiler room. Because we all know that infamous season with Vivi Brown and Shark in the Water. We all seen that commercial like 100 times a day because it ran non-stop stop during the summer. Sorry, my voice sounds weird. Like I I have allergies. And then also I talk all day on the phone for work, so I sound a bit weird. I'm hearing it in my voice, like right now. I sound weird to myself, so I know I would probably sound weird on camera. But maybe I can clear my throat or something. Excuse me. So next boyfriend, Drew Torres. Again, relates to her whole image of wanting to be popular, right? And having the hot boyfriend. It's like her... No, she was still a freshman. But I do believe it's a whole new season, though. And she's still on that quest to be popular and have the hot boyfriend, etc., etc. And so in comes Drew Torres, who's the hottest guy in town right now, the hottest guy in Degrassi market. Okay, fresh lamb chop right there. Luke Billick was fine, is fine, and forever will be fine. Okay, so I understand, but Drew cheats on her in the boiler room with who else? Bianca D'Souza. I will be talking about Bianca because Bianca has a redemption arc that is chef's kiss and deserves to be recognized. But we'll talk about her next video. But Alli, right? Alli. So she is with Drew, and they're going well. Drew put her through like a trial and error type of thing. Was like, I test my girls before I can declare them my girlfriend. Okay, so ladies, gents, gentlemen's, ladies, if they have to test you before they can declare you, they have to put you through like a trial and error where they can really declare you as their significant other. Like, it's one thing to like test the waters, go on a couple of dates, and be like, and then sit back and realize, like, yeah, that's not really for me. But to like say, no, this is for me, but I'm gonna put this person through the ringer before I can determine they're ready for the relationship with me. No. Absolutely not. Don't put yourself through that. No. Listen to me. Don't do that. Don't put yourself through that. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not worth it. Look at what we're talking about. Drew ended up cheating on her anyway. And then lied about it. Then paid the other girl off to lie about it. She still found out. And she still was lying about it. Like, what? And then after that, got with the girl that he cheated on. See, this is why men ain't shit. This is why men ain't shit. This is like, even the fictional ones, they're not shit. And that shit. Don't put yourself through that. Don't put yourself through that. So yeah, ended up cheating on Alli. And whole time she's friends with this guy named Dave, right? Who is like begging to be with Alli. Like begging to be with Alli. Wants to be with Alli so bad. Even created like a list online to like have Alli be like rated as the hottest girl in school. Like this dude was doing the most to get with Alli. Like he even had a girlfriend and will leave his girlfriend to go do whatever Alli needed as whatever. Dave was not shit. Dave was not shit. I don't know why Alli started dating Dave, especially when he's leaving his own girlfriend to be with you. What? That's a red flag. That's a red flag. But we're gonna backtrack a little bit, get back to Drew, right? So my girl Alli, she loved her some Drew. Point blank period. She loved her some Drew. And there's no doubt about it, she loved her some Drew, even though they really weren't together that long, which is sad. Like, that y'all weren't together that long and you decided to cheat on her anyway. Like, damn, y'all weren't together that long and you still cheated on her. What? What? Excuse me? What? And so my girl Alli, she after that she was like, I'm done with boys. Transferring me out of Degrassi. I mean, the boiler room was a situation though. She got blamed for it by Drew's mom. She was put in like a self-esteem course. She was like, what the fuck? Her grades started slipping a little bit. And then of course she gets in a fight with Bianca, and then her dad, you know, gets called, and her parents get called. They look at her file. Her file's like this thick, and they're like, what in the hell? And so their trust is broken. Mind you, already they were strict, but they got like 10 times. Like, how do you're strict and then you level up on that strict? Like, what? Whoa. And so she was like, you know my problem is? I'm like boy crazy. Self-analyze. Love that. Love a self-analyze. Okay, look into yourself. As much as we are all perfect, how much as we are all perfect, we can all work on ourselves. There can be some improvements. Like, I don't have hips, so I'm gonna get myself a BBL to get myself some hips. You know, I still love myself, but I want some hips. So self-analyze. It can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be mental. You know, there's no problem in self-analyzing. Okay? But don't be too hard on yourself. Because that can lead to some issues. But so anyway, girl Leah, she was like, you know what, Degrassi's a problem for me. There's too many boys there. I get distracted about boys. So, you know, I think it's best for me to leave Degrassi for a little bit till I get my shit together. Parents agreed to it and transferred her to an all-girls school. And there, you know, she decided she really gave it a try. She really gave it a try. And was like, I'm gonna do better. I'm not anywhere near a penis. I'm not anywhere near a peen. Okay, there's not a peen in sight. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buckle down, try to impress my parents, gain my parents' trust again, and, you know, do better. And she was on that track. She was on a good track, a well track. Then she meet this other girl that, you know, her parents knew, and, you know, try to make friends with her. And this girl was not it. Like, she was not it. Like, she was not shit. At all. At all. She was not shit. Like, she used her to sneak out to see her boyfriend because her parents were strict as well. And then, you know, she was smoking cigs. First of all, don't hang out with nobody that be smoking cigs, right? So she was hanging out with this, so the girl was smoking cigs and told her to hold it, right? So Alli mom, she coming up to visit her to talk with the principal, and she see her holding this cigarette. Girl, this other girl threw Alli under the bus so damn quick. It was like, damn. Let her take the blame so quick, so fast. Like, oh my God. You know this is your cigarette. Run the DNA, something. Okay? So Dad blew it all out of proportion. Her mom started getting upset. Her dad was yelling at her. And so, you know, my girl, Alli, she was like, I can't take this no more. I'm going to run away. And that's what she did. She ran away. She was like, they're not listening to me. They're not respecting me. See, this is why you have to listen to your children. Okay, so we're back. I didn't really do much after that. Check the menu. That's about it. So what was I saying? Oh, Aaliyah ran away. This is why you gotta listen to your kids. Listen to what they said. Believe them, okay? Believe them when they tell you something. They say it's not their cigarette. Damn it, it's not their cigarette until proven differently. You find more cigarettes in their possession, then it might be their cigarette. You only see one cigarette, one possession, one time, and they say it's not their cigarette, then it's not their cigarette. All right? So anyway, my girl, Alli, she runs away. So she runs away. She's like, listen, my parents aren't listening to me, and I have to get away. I have to get away. I'm going to Vancouver. British Columbia. Don't know what I'm going to do, but go to Vancouver. Okay? And the first person that she turns to is who other than Johnny DeMarco. She goes to Johnny, just like, listen. She lied to him first. She said, my parents kicked me out. Well, then she was like, when he found out the truth, he was like, well, they might as well have. Which is true. They were so damn disappointed in her. Well, claimed to be disappointed in her actions. Not saying she was innocent, but damn, she's a kid. She was so damn disappointed and shit. She was like, ooh. And see, Johnny, he did do good in this situation though. He called her brother Sab and was like, listen, I'm trying to send her home. Help me send her home. Not because I don't want her being here. It's because I care about her and her safety and I know that she cares about her family. So that's a good thing. that Johnny did. It's a good thing. Finally got my bronzer back. So we're gonna use that. Okay, so family. She finally goes back home, right? And this sparks, her running away sparked a whole new change for their family, a positive change. Her parents started believing her again, you know, listening to what she says, actually giving her a chance. And it was a good thing for them, okay? Everyone in that household. Good for Sap, good for their mom, good for the dad. And it was especially good for Alli. And we move forward, okay, to Dave. Now, I got a little problem with Dave. Okay, remember what I said? Dave was actively trying to get with Alli. Actively. Leaving his girlfriend, okay? His girlfriend to go do stuff for Alli. Like, active, okay? And what does this do? Okay. Before I get into that. So, actively pursuing Alli, right? And everything's going well. She introduces him to her parents. Okay? That's big. That's big, especially for a Southeast Asian family. And they were once formerly strict as hell. This is big. This is big news. Okay? Must be serious. So she introduces him to her parents. And that's how serious this was, right? And everything's going well. Okay, they're together for like a couple months. Like, I feel like almost a year. Almost a year. I would round it up and say about a year. I believe about the end of their, about mid their sophomore year to about the end of their, mind you, again, yeah, like I said, a lot of that was like, a lot of that was just our freshman year of high school. Yeah. It wasn't that first season. It wasn't all in like one season, but it was like broken up into like 2 seasons. But like 2 or 3 seasons, but like still was like her freshman year of high school. Like, damn. Actually, no. I believe they went to Degrassi 8th grade. I think they went to Degrassi 8th grade. But still, the running away Drew situation, yeah, a lot in 1 year. So sophomore year, she gets with Dave, right? Everything's going well. You know, Dave's happy. She's happy. She believes she's finally in a good place, a good relationship. She has a great relationship with her parents now. She's not hiding anything from them. Okay. Alli was always a smart. She was a genius at science, okay? Like a genius in the science lab. And you know, she started focusing on that, honing in on that talent, becoming, you know, the captain of the science team, and she got like independent study for science projects. She was working like, when she was in a day, she started the project of like a breathalyzer that will help detect cancer. Genius, right? And you know, she's with Dave and seems like a good dude. And their junior year, that summer runs around, and her dad, she gets intrigued way into like this prestigious science camp, and Dave gets upset. He got upset. He was like, how are you gonna go to science camp? What about us during the summer? What's gonna happen with us? Science camp versus a boyfriend that's not even long term right now. Like, we are barely together right now. I think I'm gonna choose science camp. Just saying. Might do that for a little bit. You never know. No, that's more my future, permanent future, you know. So I'm gonna go with science camp. I'm gonna go with science camp. I'm gonna call you and text you and email you and write to you all the things of communications while I'm away. You know, I'm just gonna be away for like a month or something. You think he can handle that? He says, yeah, he can handle that. Well, in conclusion, he could not handle that. Mr. Dave meets this girl. Right? He meets this girl. And this girl... Oh, speaking of, I forgot to tell you. So, Alli and Dave, they slept together. Like, yeah, she lost her virginity to Johnny, but she never had any more sex because she was, like, so uncomfortable with the situation and everything. And, like, she wasn't ready for it. But the next person she ever had sex again with was Dave. And so she trusted him with her and everything like that. So it brings fast forward. So Dave is left alone with this girl that he meets, right? She from out of town. Dave sleeps with this girl. Again, cheats on Alli. Not shit. Her last boyfriend cheated on her. The boyfriend before then was not shit. And Dave done cheated on Alli with this girl who turns out to be crazy. And so, reason why Alli found out, how Alli found out, right? So, Alli found out because they were doing Model UN. And they, you know, have all these schools from around the area that's participating in their district. And the girl comes to Model UN because somehow she see that Dave's name is part of it. Or she just saw Degrassi and assumed that, you know, I'm going to see Dave, right? And child, this dude Dave got himself in hot water, okay? Hot water. Not even water, okay? This dude Dave, he trying to keep Alli and this girl separated. whole time he could have just told Alli, like Alli asked him, was like, was anything happened? Like, what happened? And he's just like, nothing happened, nothing happened. I can't tell you, nothing happened, nothing happened. It was like, okay, sure, nothing happened. All right, cool. But you were hiding stuff. Why are you hiding stuff? Nothing happened, right? Girl. So Jay, he trying to keep this girl and Alli separate. And this girl, I don't even know what her name is. It's a very strange name to me. But I don't even know. But this girl, she was like, listen, I'm gonna tell your girlfriend about this and tell her that you are leaving her and to be with me. Dave was like, no, I can't do that. I love Alli. We were one night stand, one time fling, whatever. We broke up. I dumped you and never speak to me again. So, girl, this girl Dave done stole Dave's phone. Dave done ran after this girl. They all up and through traffic. Alli like, what the hell is going on? Long story short, her and Dave break up. Rightfully so. So, 3 times my girl Alli has had 3 bad relationships. And one of them was disguised to be a good relationship that ended like the ones before. Supposed to be a good guy, and that dude was trash in the end. Don't know where my eyeshadow is. I think I found it. Like I said last time, Alli liked pink, so we're gonna go with a little pink today. So, Dave, right? Relationship ended with Dave. Alli was like, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on me and my science projects, you know, and getting into my dream schools and moving on from Degrassi, because this is a lot of drama, rightfully, because Degrassi is drama, period. Instead of like, we're gonna do like a hot pink fuchsia kind of thing. So, because Degrassi is just straight up drama. Like, yeah, it's a drama show, but like, it's drama. Actually, pause before we do that. Looking for blending brush. Here we go on our way to the stove. And so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so she's gonna focus on herself, right? You know, try to graduate early. And that's exactly what the plan was. She was gonna graduate early. She was just gonna get the hell away from here. She got a scholarship. Remember that project I told you? Yeah. So she got a scholarship to MIT, and she was like, okay. So then she was left with like a decision. MIT was like, we want you now. And she was like, okay, well, I graduated in a year. You can't wait for a year? And you're like, no, we want you now. So guess what? She was gonna graduate early. a genius. A certified genius. And that's what she was gonna do. She was gonna graduate early. But she was stressing herself the fuck out during this time. Okay, you thought her being stressed out because of guys was crazy? No, like my girl started taking speed because she felt like she couldn't get enough hours in the day. So she was missing out on stuff with her friends. She couldn't really hang out. She was tutoring, and she had to finalize her project, and you know, you had schoolwork. So she had her 11th grade schoolwork, and then she also had 12th grade schoolwork, and she was oh God, poor baby, going through it. And well, yeah. Well, at the same time, she's meeting this guy named Mike Dallas. This dude named Mike Dallas keep piping up in her face. She keeps telling me, no, get the fuck out of my face. I don't got time for you. I got shit to do. You just, you here to bother me. And I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. Get out of my face. And I will say this. Mike Dallas ends up being her best relationship. And I feel like it was underappreciated. This is when I say that this is when I say where Alli should have gotten more screen time, because after she gets through that whole dramatic time, and no, we're not there yet. This is that whole dramatic time, they started diminishing her screen time. They're like, oh, she's better now. No, she still has stories. She still has stories. Why am I holding like this? I don't know. But she still has stories. She still has shit to say. Don't be cutting my girl Alli out. Alright? Don't be counting her out. Because she not out yet. Anyway, so she starts meeting this guy named Mike Dallas, right? Mike Dallas is a person that's not afraid to tell you that he likes you, that he's attracted to you. When you first meet him, he's a bit of a pig, okay? No ifs, ands, but about it. He was a pig. But when it came to Alli, he was like, I'm change my ways. And, well, that's what he does. He's like, you know what? You don't have to go out with me. I can just be your friend. And that was nice. That's what he did. He was her friend. And that's, the relationship is beautiful. So Mike Dallas and her, they're friends. They're not together yet, but it's coming. So eventually my girl, she decides, you know, after she crashes the car, she crashes a car, you know, because she fell asleep at the wheel because of that whole speed shit. She decides, you know what, I'm just gonna graduate with my class because this is too much for me. I can always get back into MIT and get that scholarship again. That's how smart she was. Like, she knew this wasn't a one-time thing. Like, I can still get into MIT and get that scholarship. And so that's what she did. Decided to graduate with her class, right? With her friends. And which leads us to going into our final season of Degrassi and the infamous Paris trip. Okay. this relationship that I'm about to talk about was the worst of the worst. She's on a school trip to Paris, and on the school trip she meets a guy named Leo. Cool, right? No, this dude Leo was abusive, like physically abusive, worse than Rick. Okay. And Alli, oh baby Alli, oh baby Alli, she ended up marrying the guy to help him get a Canadian visa, because his crazy ass took himself to Canada. Because he says, like, I missed you, I love you, and I apologize for, you know, breaking your wrist. And she forgives him. God knows why. God knows why. And they get married, so he won't get deported. And once, like, Leo did a lot of grabbing, but once they got married, like literally the day of they got married, literally the same day, he beats the mess out of Alli. Like busted lip, black eye. I think he literally broke her arm. And after that, you know, she declared that as the final straw. I would have declared the final straw way back in Paris. Okay, way back in Paris. When this man grabbed me. Then, left marks on my wrist. I would have left him alone back then. But it is what it is. So, again, this dude Mike Dallas. All right, my dude Mike Dallas. He finds Leo, beats the crap out of him, and was like, don't ever see, I need you to leave the country. Don't ever talk to Alli again. If you do, I'm gonna kill your ass. Point blank, period. And that's what you do. So they get him arrested, and my girl, she decides to move on with her life, move forward. And what do you know? Where did moving forward lead for her? Moving forward meant finally having Mike Dallas as a boyfriend. So, am I getting lost in the story? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think I'm there. I think I covered everything. So, Mike Dallas, right? Mike Dallas. Alli finally get together. Eventually, after, you know, she healed and everything like that. He's like, I will never treat you like that, because I love you. And I truly believe he loved her. Alli finally gets a good guy after, let's count on one hand. Johnny, Drew, Dave and Leo, the worst of the worst. 4 bad relationships. My girl had to go through 4 bad relationships in order to get to the dude that she deserved. Why does the characters have to go through this? Why do they have to go through this? In order to get what they deserve. Especially a good character. Why do they have to go through such trials? Such trials. Why? Why do they have to go through that? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why do they have to go through that? Like, that's ridiculous. 4 relationships and one of them was physically abusive. Of course, Claire, she's stuck in that emotionally abusive one, but to finally get to the dude that she should have been with for at least 2 seasons. Like 2 seasons already. Okay, so she finally gets in the good relationship, and what does Degrassi do? What does Degrassi do after that? Take away their screen time! Take away their screen time. And give it to who, Claire? And who, Eli? For what? Especially when they're broken up. When they're broken up, there's no point in giving the screen time to Claire and Eli. They're broken up. But no, we gave the screen time to Claire and Eli. When we had a perfectly good, healthy relationship right there in our faces, Mike Dallas and Alli Bhandari. Also, we had Jenna and Connor. We never... Oh my God. Jenna and Connor probably had like 2 episodes to themselves when they, 1, get together for the first time, and 2, when they fucking go on their first date. Or what was it, prom? We could have seen Jenna and Connor. We could have seen how they worked. But no! Who do we focus on? We focus on damn Claire and Eli. Again. And then we finally get a healthy relationship for Alli, and who do we focus on? Claire and Eli. Again. Dallas and Alli deserved better. Okay? They deserved screen. They deserved screen. They did. They deserved screen. Pardon me while I cut this crease. I had hooded eyes, so this is going to take some concentration. Okay. I honestly don't know if I'm going to finish this look. At least not on camera. Let that dry. Cut crease situation to dry. I like to bring attention to Melinda Shakur's Shankar, yeah, Melinda Shankar's natural eyelashes because they're gorgeous. They look like falsies, but they just come straight out of the little hair follicle things on your eyelids. Natural, homegrown. She won the lottery with that. She did. She won the lottery with that. Now, again, Alli and Dallas, they deserved more screen time. We deserve to see more of them. And on top of that, not only did we deserve to see more of them, okay, they had one of the most interesting / long distance relationship post high school story to tell. Because she was gonna be going to Oxford in London, and he was going to fucking Japan for hockey. And that was something I wanted to see on camera. Like, how did they work out in the end? How did they work out in the end? Because that's a distance. A whole continent in between. Depending on which way you go. You go one way, you go west. You got America sitting right there. Well, if you go west, yeah. And then you go east, you got all of Europe and Persia and the Asian continental, then Japan. Like, damn. Y'all are in 2 different ends of the world. How was that gonna work? Would have loved to see that. But alas, we didn't. Of course, we got updates on Claire and Eli though. Like, nobody cares. Nope, nobody cares. We care about Alli. Alli and Dallas. So I believe that was a drop ball on the Degrassi writer's part. Again. You know what? I'm gonna finish this look off camera because I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling it so far. But I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling it so far. So I'm gonna finish off camera and we're gonna get back to you. Okay, I'm back. I tried my best with the hair. You know, I tried my best. Didn't really feel like combing out my hair. So I tried my best with the side ponytail look. Let me see. Because I really did not feel like combing out my hair. Let me see what I could do. Also, I was gonna look for like a sweetheart line shirt because that's exactly what Alli liked to wear when, you know, they weren't in uniform or nothing. She would wear like a lot of sweetheart line clothing. I just didn't feel like finding that. Okay, that's too high. Maybe I need a darker color. Okay, it's not gonna work. So scrunchie, this, it will stay there because I'm not gonna get up and go look for the black one. Ooh. Okay, so lip is the Lifter Gloss in Petal. This is the complete eye. I don't really think it's my best eye, but close enough. Again, hopefully pictures will look better than video, but I don't know. But back to what I was saying. So Alli Bhandari deserved better than what she was treated. Okay, 4 bad relationships, and then she finally gets a good guy. We barely see them on camera, which we assume they're okay. And then when it comes for graduation, we get caught up with, we get their storyline, what's going to happen to them post graduation. But then really we're just mostly talking about Claire. Again, we're talking about Claire. So it is what it is, I guess. But again, shout out to Melinda Shakar. I keep wanting to say Shakur, but it's Shakar. Shout out to Melinda Shakar. Maybe I can, this looks a little too light. I need it to be a little bit more fuchsia. You see it? I see it. It looks a little too light. I used lip liner that says nude, but eyeliners. There we go. That is an eyeliner as well. Can't see. What is this? Let me see something. Nope. No. Yep. Or is it? Yeah. Light was too bright. Now I feel like I don't have enough light. The camera now, I don't feel like I have enough light. I feel like everything else got darker. But yeah, that lip looks better. Oh my god. Okay. I think. But we're gonna wrap this up. So Alli Bhandari deserved better, especially towards the end. And can we get an update on what happened with her in Dallas? Are they still together? Hopefully. Or at least they'll be friends. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, share, comment. Next week is Bianca D'Souza. So we're almost there, because after that we have Zoe, Maya, and Lola. Then we're done with this series. Oh my god, then we're done with the series. What else are we going to talk about? I mean, I decided I was going to rewatch Degrassi, so I have a couple of comments there. Like, I don't believe that Craig was truly bipolar. Yeah, don't really fully believe that. What they could have did better with Hazel and Toby. Like, Toby lost 2 friends by death, in like a span of a year. Hazel, she was affected by Jimmy's shooting as well. So it wasn't just Jimmy. Yeah. I think that's so if you want me to hear about, you want to hear about that, you want to hear about the crime story I was telling you about. Oh, so Megan Thee Stallion, she came out with good news. If you want a review on that, I can do that. So let me know what you want to do after this series. Okay, until then, my name is Kiana. Hopefully I entertained you for this hour, and see you next week.